Oh my gosh, guys. We finally got the parts to fix this stupid thing. Actually, they fell on the ground when I went to freaking unlock my door, so if they're broken, I am going to throw them through my window. First off, I guess we're just going to probably start off easy today. Put the brake pads in. Oh yeah, and I forgot about the brake pins. We're going to put the brake pin in. Hope this fits. If it doesn't, I'm also throwing it through my window. Alright, so we're going to try to do this one-handed. My shop, this place is kind of a mess right now. See if I can do this one-handed. Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't know I could do that one-handed. Got EBC brake pads. Very good, high quality so far. This might be tricky doing this part with one hand. Okay, let me put these in real quick, and then I'll be back in a second. Sorry, I know the camera was just messed up. Okay, just for the record, that took way too long. I had to, my problem was the little cylinder thing that's right in between that pad right there. That was pushed out, too far, because I guess I accidentally pressed the brake in or something when it was apart. And that took forever to try to pry open. Now I just have to find something that I could thread in there, because I don't really want to Loctite it. I mean, I could put blue Loctite so it's not too hard, but other than that, everything else on the bike is ready to go. It's just the actual engine that has to be put back together. And I got a crank bearing for it, the one for the other side that I need to put in right now. Alright, so guys, before I put in the crank bearing, I'm actually going to put in this bearing. It's one of the transmission bearings. I'm just going to tap it in. You can tap this in with a big socket that fits on top of it, not on the center part, but on the outside ring of it, and you can just tap it in with a hammer. So, I will be right back after I'm done. Okay, so I use the rubber mallet, and I use this to get it started since it's a little bit harder. And then I use this wood block, actually, you can see kind of where it was, to hit on it. Okay, helicopter, I'm trying to record. Now, I mean, I'm still going to run it because I don't feel like spending $400 on a new case, like I think I said. But basically, whenever you're putting these in, you want to make sure that it's nice and clean inside there. There's no dirt, nothing. And I didn't get my seals, I don't know why. I think they're on back order. But, yeah, then you just want to feel around to see if there's anything on the inside, which there isn't, because I just cleaned it and I can feel it. Then you want to get yourself your crank bearing out. It comes in a nice little box. I get this Pro X brand. So, it's actually just a Koyo. So, honestly, that one bearing that I couldn't find is probably Pro X. Is it going to pop out? Oh, no, it's probably taped. It'll open at one point. Alright, then you want to find which side you want to stick to the outer side. I stuck the side with the numbers towards the outside. And then, once you stick that towards the outside, I might actually get some oil to lube that up on the outside a little bit so I can hit it in a little bit easier. Okay, you can use anything probably as oil to get it in there, but I used some leftover premix that was in the bottom of this mixing container. As you can see, I just kind of turned it upside down and rubbed it around the outside of the bearing. And then I also rubbed it around the outside, well, the inside actually of the casing. So it should go in a tiny bit easier, but do exactly like you did last time. I don't have a socket big enough to fit around it, so I'll do like this one. Put the block of wood on top of it and just pound it in. As you can see, it still reaches the outside. Well, that side does. It still reaches the outside, so it will be fine to use. And I'll be back whenever it's in. Alright, boys. So now, I'm sorry if I say boys. Who cares? I'm sorry if you get offended. But I got that bearing in, and I got this one. And I just put this one in right now. Perfectly fine. It actually sits a tiny bit above the bottom. Also, there's a little tiny... I hope you can see that right in the middle of the screen, right? The little lump right there. That's a little piece of metal. I should probably get that out of there. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, it's a bearing. It needs cleaned a tiny bit. Now that I got it in there, there's probably some little bits of debris on there that fell off. Whenever I was smacking it, it should come out. If not, who cares? Got that bearing in. It spins. I need to clean it a tiny bit now that it's in there. Oil it up some. It was spinning like crap a little bit in there. I don't know if it's like how it was in there. No, I think there's stuff in there. So I'll clean that out, and yeah. Alright, so real quick, I just put this little bearing in down there. Spins amazing. And then this one, I need to clean that a tiny bit, because ever since I started doing stuff, I think a little bit of dirt and a little bit of grime got in there. So yeah, and then I also need to, in this case, well, EBC right there, put that little package over there. I need to put this bearing in up there, and then that one, I need to find that one online. I could not find that one on Motosport or anything, so I gotta look it up by a different name. I think I know what I did wrong. Alright, so I got that stuff in on that side of the case. I need to put that one bearing in there, then order that other one. And also my seals, I went inside and looked at the order. They like, canceled my seal order, so the order was at, it was under 80, or 90. And it was 90 before, so, and I looked at the thing, and it was, the seals weren't on there, basically. Short story. Sadly, because I need those seals, so I'm probably going to go to my local shop called LoJack's, you know, amazing shop, sponsor me, just kidding. But I just can't wait any longer. I want to see what this looks like, sort of, and what it did look like, so I'm going to throw these rear plastics on. I already got the other plastics on. I need to put the rads back on, which I might do right now, too. The rad guards, and that's the other rad. What else do I got that I can put in? Nothing really, actually. I'm happy I got those rear brakes. They're EBC. They're pretty expensive brake pads. I think they're one of the highest brands you can get. Best brands, I like to, get decent stuff. It was either those or, you know, like, cheap Amazon ones. But why cheap out on something that's gonna stop you? You know, I can cheap out on a lot of stuff, but I probably shouldn't cheap out on brake pads. Okay, guys, this thing is coming back together pretty sweet. So this is kind of, I think, the first part of the engine build. You saw a little bit in the truck video that I just posted, actually. But, I mean, I got the head cleaned up, and it's really all in that video. But yeah, I'm going to put that back on the gas tank right now. Throw it back on the top. I got all the wires already hooked up, got the carb back on. Something I threw on because I just couldn't wait any longer. Then I'm going to put the rads on. Actually, I got to put the rads on before that, so I'm going to put the rads on. Alright, so I didn't put the covers on. I just wanted to get the rads mocked up right there. But, they're a little bit tweaked, if you can see that. They're a little bit bent. Now you can't see it on video. They're a little tweaked, but, you know, they're alright. Or on them. I'm trying to make a low budget build here, which kind of sucks at sometimes. But nothing with this stuff is cheap, so I guess it's not really low budget. These two zip ties are really annoying me, so I might replace them with one zip tie. But other than that, everything's pretty mint on it. Not. It just needs to run and ride, so that's all we're making it for. And of course, it's got to look good, so that's what the plastics are for. Yeah, I need to get those covers on, and I need to tighten down these bolts on here on these rad hoses that go through. I gotta tighten those. Alright, I just got the rad guards on, and I also got the rads permanently on. I ran this hose, the overflow hose, a little differently than what it was before. I kind of need to push that back in there a little more. I messed up because I should have put that on the other side of that hose, but there's no way I'm taking these off again. It took like 15-20 minutes to put these back on because of these stupid rad guards. You have to like put the socket and the extension inside of there, then put the bolts in there and have it go through the side because it doesn't fit through this little gap right here, and it's kind of hard. But now I think I'm actually going to get the reeds. I know this is a mess. I'm just doing so much stuff at once, trying to put this thing back together, that it's just kind of going to stay a mess. That's all of the parts that I have. 2 boxes full of parts, and more kind of scattered around like that and that. I want to get to the point to where I can put the gas tank on today, and put the things on, and that. Those 2 things. So, the fairings, and then the seat. Okay, so now I'm actually going to get this top end gasket kit that I have at the bottom of this. I just put on the bottom of this. Crap. As I get my hands all oily from the oil. air filter. I'm going to take the reed valve thing well, the gasket, put the reeds on because, you know, today's a good day. If they leak, I will gasket seal around there, but I don't think they should. Even though there is some gasket sealer on there, which that means someone did gasket seal them, but I don't know if I'm going to need to, so I guess let's sort of break into this. You know, it's only been in here for about a year. Well, I'm in the house for a year. I haven't actually had these out yet at all. Let's sit this down. Alright. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna take a guess. Oh, yeah, there's the reed one. Alright, now I'm gonna carefully put these back. Is that the UPS? I fumbled with the stuff and dropped my phone. Nope, not the UPS. But yeah, let's throw these on. Let's get the reeds out and I'll put her on. Alright, so I think the reeds, they are somewhere in here. Oh, I see them. Yeah, let's go. Got the reeds. Go put that up there so I don't mess it up real quick. Good, open up the reed container. There's stuff everywhere, like I keep saying. It's just because I'm rushing, sort of, to do this. Got some Moto Tasnart stuff. Some V-Force reeds. Like the original V-Force reeds, but you know what? They're still good. I'm not buying expensive reeds if I don't have to. Whoop. Let's get this back out. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And then, yeah. Well. Is that a O-ring I see? Let me see if I have that. Alright, so I don't have an O-ring for this. It should be fine, but I am going to clean this off a little bit. So, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I got to go back and look how these were on there. Because I am not sure if this was straight onto there, like that, or if it was behind that in front of this black coupler. So I guess I gotta try to find some pictures. Here, I'll just see right here. That wouldn't make any sense if it was like that, so it was probably... Yeah, I see gasket on there, so it should be on here. If not, I will change it, probably off camera. Alright, so now I'm just going to tighten these down in sort of a crisscross pattern because even force is the key here. Well, I don't know how much of a key it is here, but it's definitely probably better than super over torquing one. So I found out, I looked at old pictures, this plate goes behind it. So yeah, also I'm going to put these in tighter. I'm going to see what the torque spec is whenever I get off the camera here. But yeah, hopefully this build goes pretty good and pretty smooth and nothing really breaks once it starts. I'm still going to be running 40 to 1 because I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I asked my boss and he said 40 to 1 should be fine to break it in. And I said, alright, then boom, now here we are now putting the reeds back in. If you don't know what the reeds are, they're basically valves, but only 2 strokes have them, so it's basically like a 4-stroke valve system because the carburetor's back here, and this is right after the carburetor. So the carburetor gets the gas and stuff, and then it shoots inside here, mixed with like the air, and this just kind of like helps like break it up more and make it even finer, I guess, sort of. I don't know how else to really explain it, but you can always look it up on Google if you really have it, like a question about it. Alright, so what I did real quick is I just put a bag over here so no dirt or anything gets inside the reeds and stuff while I have room inside, but I'm probably going to clean this stuff up and call it a day for today. I don't know how long this video is going to be. If it's short, well actually, before I call this a video, I'm going to move this over. I'm going to put that other bearing in. Alright, so once again, you want to start this bearing like not too hard. So whenever you're starting out, you just want to kind of tap it a little bit. Then once it gets going, you can kind of, well, I wouldn't say wail on it, but give it a little bit of juice, you know, give it the beans, put her in place. So I'll be back in a second whenever I do this. Alright, so I did that one within 30 seconds. Once again, rubber mallet works amazing. Well, this is, well, before all the stuff on the inside kind of fell out. It was a dead blow. It still is. It's not just a rubber mallet. Like I just said, it's a dead blow. But I, once again, use this block of wood. You know, works great. Spreads out sort of even force. You kind of have to turn it every, like, so you smack it this way, and then you turn it so it, like, puts force on the other side that you weren't putting force on before. Then you just keep putting it back and forth and back and forth. And then it just puts equal force on it, which allows the bearing to go in nice and straight. If your bearing starts going in crooked, don't freak out. You just put some extra force on the other side that it's going in crooked at. Like the higher side of the bearing, you want to hit like this side, say, well, like, you can't see that. My fingertip side, say that's the bearing. You want to tap it so it gets leveled out. Then you can kind of hit it and tap it into place. But if it's going in crooked, don't just keep letting it go in crooked and smacking it real hard, because that's just not going to work. But yeah, now that's probably the end of the video for today. I got a decent amount done today, guys. You didn't see a lot of it, probably. I'm guessing this video is probably only like 5 minutes. I'm not sure, though, because I just take short little clips and add them all together. But I gotta clean up. So if you guys enjoyed this video today, I'm pumping out videos like crazy too, so you better subscribe. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. For some reason my comments are turned off and I can't turn them back on. Like YouTube, I swipe over on the thing that says turn on comments, it turns green, I leave the video editor, and then the comments are still disabled. So I'm not sure what YouTube's doing to me. It's kind of screwy, I don't know. It sucks. It sucks, like, honestly, because you guys can't say anything in the comments. If you guys wondered, I did not turn those off myself. YouTube did. So, I guess I gotta order this bearing also, but this is the end of the video, so, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.